Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm going over my Week 8 NFL Power Rankings. I make one of these videos each and every week, and I try to get them out as early as possible. I want to make sure I see all of the Sunday games before I put them out, but I know a lot of people want to see power ranking videos before Monday Night Football, so I like to make sure I make them early and account for those Monday night games. So I hope that you guys enjoy the video. These videos have been getting a lot of good reception, and I think that this week I have nailed them. So make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you think. A couple new things. I'm in the same room I was last week. I'm in the basement because I don't want to wake up my family. And I got a haircut, so that's something a little bit new. Probably most of you wouldn't know this, but I figured I would let you know ahead of time anyways. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So to start off this week of football, we have the dumpster fire. And for the first time in my power ranking series, a team has moved not one tier, but two tiers. And not only did one team move two tiers, but two of them did. The Patriots and the Cowboys now have joined the dumpster fire. And this is the first time that I have taken either of them out of playoff contention. Technically, the Cowboys are still in playoff contention because they are in the worst team, the worst division in the NFL, and they could very well win their division. But their whole division belongs in the dumpster fire, and the Eagles just barely squeaked out of it this week. So at 32, we have the Jets. They are 0-7. They are not leaving from 32 in any foreseeable future. At 29, we have the Giants after losing to the Eagles. At 28, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars after putting up a decent show against the Chargers, but wasn't enough to win. At 29, we have the Bengals, 1-5-1. They had a pretty good showing against the Browns, but they couldn't bring it home. The Vikings are right above them at 1-5, and they didn't play this week. They haven't really moved much. The Cowboys are at 27. They just lost to the Washington football team, and they are officially 2-5. And their backup quarterback, Andy Dalton, just went out of the game on an injury and probably won't play next week. So, or I don't know whether or not he'll play next week, but he wasn't looking good even before he went out. So, Cowboys are 2-5, the football team's 2-5, and both teams are not looking very strong. Right above the football team is the Falcons, also at 1-5, and the Falcons are not looking any more impressive than either of those two teams. And the Patriots are rounding out the dumpster fire. I had the Patriots in playoff contention last week because we were only 2-3. We had a bad game against the Broncos after 2 weeks of coronavirus. And then this week we come in, we're at home, and we have our worst home loss in 22 years to the 49ers. I don't trust Cam Newton. I don't trust Jarrett Stidham. I don't trust Brian Hoyer. I don't trust any of our quarterbacks to complete an NFL season without to complete a game without throwing 2 picks. So, the Patriots have officially moved into the dumpster fire. Right above the dumpster fire, we have teams with potential. The Houston Texans have played a lot of good teams really tough. They're 1-5, but they've still played some pretty good teams pretty tough. And you gotta give them credit from there. Right above them is the Broncos. The Broncos are coming off of a massive loss to the Chiefs, but they have 2 wins. They beat the Patriots. They have some sort of potential. Not beating the Patriots isn't saying much anymore because we're officially in the dumpster fire, but, you know, gotta give them some credit. Right above them is the Eagles at 2-4-1, leading the NFC East. They're probably going to get the NFL record for the worst team to win a division. They'll probably end up 6-9-1 or 5-10-1 at the end of the season. Right above them is the Chargers, who have their second win, their first win with Justin Herbert in a 39-29 thriller against the Jaguars. The Chargers have been playing well all season, but it wasn't until today where they were able to actually get a win because their schedule has been so tough. When they finally played a team that they could beat easily, like the Jaguars, they came out strong. They scored 39 points, and Justin Herbert's looking pretty solid. Right above them is the Lions at 3-4. The Lions have played every team that they've played this season very tough. They've had a hard schedule. They're 3-4, and it's a pretty solid 3-4. So they're right above the Chargers at number... I'm not sure what number it is, but I think it's close to 19. The Dolphins are at number 18, and the Panthers are at number 17. The Dolphins are 3-3. They had a bye week this week, and the Panthers are 3-4 after losing this week to the Saints. Both the Dolphins and the Panthers have shown prowess against tough teams, and they show they can play with the big boys and they can beat up on bad teams. So, who knows? The Dolphins just switched out their quarterback for Tua. I think that could potentially hurt them because Ryan Fitzpatrick was really gelling with the team, and I think a lot of the players liked him. But we're going to have to see how the season continues to go because there's a lot of moving parts in this league this year, and I think the Dolphins have a potential to do well, but I don't see it spreading anytime soon. As we cross the threshold into the top half of the league, we reach the borderline playoff teams. Right now, there are 6 of those teams ranked from 16 to 10, starting off with the 49ers. I actually had the section completely differently just a couple minutes ago. I actually recorded the entire video, but I needed to watch out the Seahawks-Cardinals game to the end because I made the video when the Seahawks were up 34-24. And so I needed to change a couple things around. So, yeah, it took a little bit longer, but I wanted to make sure I got everything right. So, number 16, we have the 49ers. The 49ers are 4-3, and they just beat the Patriots in a massive win. The Patriots are not a very good team at this point in the season, and the 49ers took advantage of that, and they ran all over them. Right above them are the Colts at 4-2. The Colts have had a pretty solid season so far. They lost to the Browns. They've had a couple of iffy games, but their defense has played very solid, and they're a solid team at number 15. At number 14, we have the Saints. They started off 1-2, and their first win of the season was against a Buccaneers team with a brand new quarterback, so that was almost a gimme. So they almost started off 0-3, and then they turned it around. They've won the last 4 games in a row. So kudos to the Saints. They're turning their season around, and they're playing very good football right now. Browns are right above them. The Browns are 4-2 as well. The Browns just played this week against the Bengals in a very high-scoring game. They ended up on top, and they played some very good football. Actually, I think the Browns are 5-2. Sorry, my correction. They had some very good football. They played some very good games. They have every game so far this season above 30 points, except for 2, which were below 10. The Browns would be in the wild card round right now, but they had really terrible losses against the Ravens and the Steelers. Right above them are the Raiders. The Raiders were leading this section before. I had to change a couple things around, and now they are down to number 12. So the Raiders are number 12. They got beat down by the Bucks today. It wasn't even close. They played well, but it wasn't even close. The Raiders are down to 3-3. They've had the toughest schedule so far this season in any team in the league, I believe, in my opinion at least, and they have a very strong team. I expect to see more from them, and it'll be very fun to see how their season unfolds. Right above the Raiders, we have the Rams rounding out this tier at number 11. The Rams were on a bye week this week. They were number 11 last week. They still are number 11 this week. The top 10. We have the Bears at number 10. The Bears are on a bye week. Oh, they're not on a bye. Sorry, the Rams were not on a bye week. The Bears are not on a bye week. They are playing each other tomorrow. So neither of them are on a bye week. They just haven't played yet. I have the Bears above the Rams because the Bears have a better record, but I don't know who's going to win that game. Whoever wins that game, if the Rams win, they'll probably just go right above the Bears, and if the Bears win, they'll probably just go right where they are. So either way, those teams will not move. They'll be 10-11. The Cardinals just moved into 9th place without winning against the Seahawks. They were going to be number 13 or 14 if they lost. But with that win against the Seahawks, that was a very good comeback win. They were down 24-34 with 5 minutes on the clock, and they brought it home. That was a good game, and the Cardinals played very well. Right above them at number 7, number 8 is the Bills. The Bills have played up and down football. They beat the Jets 18-10 this week, and I almost put them below the Cardinals because they played such a bad game against such a bad team. But they still won, so I wasn't going to penalize them too much. The Titans got dropped from number 4 to number 7 when they lost to the Steelers. I expected them to beat the Steelers this week. I was wrong. So the Titans are back in their rightful place at number 7. Number 6, we have the Packers. They went down 1 position from last week because the Buccaneers demolished the Raiders, and I wanted to give the Buccaneers credit because their team just keeps getting better and better every week. Gronk got another touchdown today. He has 5 catches for over 60 yards and a touchdown 2 games in a row. He's coming back. The Bucs offense is clicking, and I expect to see more from the Bucs team in the future. The Packers are 5-1. The Bucs are 5-2. Both teams are looking very strong, and I expect both teams to continue to do well as the second and third best teams in the NFC at this moment in time. Last but not least, we have the NFL's Elite. Every week I have the top 3 or 4 teams in the Elite, and this week I have the top 4. The Seahawks were number 1 previously when I made this video the first time, but since then they had 2 chances to score in overtime, and they didn't score either time. The Cardinals left the door wide open and Russell Wilson threw a pick, and after losing that way, I didn't feel right putting them at number 1. I doubted the Steelers last week. I'm never going to doubt them again. So the Steelers are at number 1 in the Elite. They are the only undefeated team in the NFL right now at 6-0, and they are playing incredible football right now. The Steelers are the best team in the league. They are the most well-rounded team in the league. They have a strong offense and a strong defense. I expect great things from them. The Seahawks are number 2. They are my Super Bowl pick. I have had the Seahawks as my Super Bowl pick since July. They continue to be my Super Bowl pick, and I think the Seahawks are the strongest team, are one of the strongest teams in the league. They just need to figure out their defense, and if they can figure out their defense, they will be a force to be reckoned with. At number 3, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. They are currently 4-1. They didn't play this week, neither did the Ravens. The Chiefs have the Super Bowl MVP, and the Ravens have the NFL MVP from last season. Both teams are very strong. The Ravens only losses to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs only losses to the Raiders. They both only lost to very strong teams, and they're both playing very good football. So, number 1, we have the Steelers. Number 2, we have the Seahawks. 3 is the Chiefs, and 4 is the Ravens. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my power rankings. I do these every single week, and last week's, I got a lot of hate for not putting the Steelers higher. So, the Steelers showed me that they hadn't played any teams that weren't bottom level teams in the league yet, and I didn't trust them. Now they beat a very strong team in the Tennessee Titans, and I trust them completely. So thank you guys again for watching the video. I appreciate all of the support. These videos have been doing phenomenal, and I could not ask for more. So thank you guys all again. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. And make sure to like and subscribe, and peace out.